A cloudy day here at Heartland Park, Topeka, home of the Lucas Oil Kansas Nationals. The weekend stop on the NHRA Mellow Yellow Drag Racing Series, where 5 women are eligible to win a very special trophy, the 100th for women in the NHRA. Well, during the rain delay 1 week ago in Atlanta on Sunday, Jamie Howe had an opportunity to sit down to talk with 3 of those women about that very special trophy.
And of the 99 victories on that list, it's been 14 different women who have won in NHRA professional competition. 3 of them here competing this weekend: Courtney Force, Alexis DeJoria, and Erica Enders. Alexis, let's start with you. On the brink of the 100th victory, what would it mean to you to be able to take home this Wally?
God, it would be wonderful. I mean, of course, any one of us would love to win that. It's a huge accomplishment. And to be in the history books, you know, as the 100th female to win in NHRA drag racing.
Courtney, you also are on that list. What would it mean to you to be able to take it home?
It would definitely be an honor. You know, when you look at the list like that with names like Shirley Muldowney, you know, Shelly Anderson, Angel, Erica, and Alexis, and myself are on that list, my sister Ashley. You know, it is an honor to be a part of a list of such, you know, amazing females that have won races out here in the NHRA, and to have, you know, one of our names next to the number 100 to go down in the history books, like Alexis said, would definitely be an honor. It would be amazing.
And Erica, you're the most recent winner on the list. You also run first when Pro Stock competes for the finals. It's up to you. You could be the one to get it. How heavy does that weigh on you?
I try to just focus on it like it's a normal event. You know, a win's a win. It's just an added bonus that this one's that much more important. And like these girls said, it would certainly be nice to take that home for each of our teams. But we just keep our mindset right and just go out there and do the best we can and see what happens. But either way, it's an honor to be there.
You mentioned the names like Shirley Muldowney. Women competing in NHRA, it's nothing new. It's been going on since the 70s. Erica, you've been out here competing professionally the longest. What changes have you noticed in the perception of women racers?
NHRA is so awesome in the fact that it gives us a great platform to excel, to take those natural steps of progression. I know Alexis raced in the sportsman ranks as well, myself starting out in junior dragsters and going through those ranks. So it's nice to be able to have a platform to do that on here, and I think it just speaks awesome of our sport, how many successful females are out there, and the progression has been really nice. You know, I know that what we all have had to deal with in this generation, I can't imagine what, you know, Shirley and Shelly and then Angel coming along after that had to deal with, you know, 10, 15, 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was brutal. They had cans thrown at them. I mean, names called, and just it was pretty brutal. So, you know, it's not really that surprising that Shirley had to be tough out there. You know, she had to break down those doors pretty hard, but she did it right, and she won championships. So I think that's what sets our sport apart from the other ones that have some females or none at all.
Yeah, I think it's cool to, you know, look at our sport. And, you know, you see a lot of other sports like basketball. There's women's basketball and there's men's basketball, and it's really cool that within the NHRA and our sport, you know, the females get to compete against the men on a level playing field. And I think that's what's exciting for all of us girls. You know, it definitely is an honor to, you know, get a win out here and to get it for the women. So I mean, it's awesome. And like they said, Shirley's definitely the one that really paved the way for all of us. So it's kind of cool we are all getting to follow in her footsteps and the ladies that came after her.
One thing that Erica mentioned was racing in sportsmen. That's something else that the 3 of you all have in common. You all won in the sportsman ranks. You've worked your way up. What impact has that had on your career?
I mean, it definitely has helped. I mean, you start at the very beginning. You know, I was 16 years old, and I was very eager to get, you know, I got my driver's license, and I couldn't wait to get to Frank Hawley's drag racing school and get my super comp license. So, you know, it was exciting. It was a long path, but I knew where I wanted to end up, and I wanted to be in the funny car category because that's, you know, where I started watching my dad race in funny car and being out here at the track and, you know, like these girls, and it was just an exciting sport. You know, I couldn't wait to be a part of it. But, you know, starting and going up through the ranks from super comp to A-field dragster and kind of, you know, learning the ins and outs of racing through that path has definitely helped, you know, get me to where I am today.
Yeah, these girls started way earlier than I did. Like Shirley Muldowney, I was already a mom when I started drag racing. But thank God for the sportsman categories and going through Lucas Oil Series with the alcohol funny car, because that really helped me transition into the nitro funny car ranks. And that, from the very beginning, was where I wanted to be anyway. So I'm really glad I took those steps to get here.
Me as well. I mean, growing up watching my dad race in the sportsman ranks, all I wanted to be was a racer. And fortunately enough, I was able to start at a young age of 8 years old and then work our way up. But it basically taught us the fundamentals of the sport and the importance of sportsmanship and winning and losing gracefully. And it's definitely been a fun ride.
Erica, if you see on the monitor the first win for a female in pro stock, it was yours, Chicago 2012 over Greg Anderson. What do you remember from that day?
It was probably the best day of my life. I mean, following that win, Richie, my husband, my boyfriend, then proposed to me after the win, so it was just like a dream day for me. But being able to win in the fashion that we did, I mean, it took me 7 years of driving a pro stock car to be able to break through and get that first win, and then to have it be against an opponent that was the only one that spoke negatively about me being a female out there competing against it, just kind of was the icing on the cake. And Greg's an awesome competitor, and we're glad he's back out here. But it was really cool to get it done there the way we did.
We have a lot more to talk about. We'll be back with these three ladies in just a moment.
That was, of course, in Atlanta, and by the time that national event finally concluded on Monday, she had the opportunity, Courtney did, to grab that 100th win for females. But Robert Hyde said, not so fast. You may be a teammate, but I just won my third in a row. And you kind of get the idea that the pressure for being that 100th winner is looming pretty large. Brittany, of course, is eligible for that, but she's more concerned, as is her team, about whether this car will be ready for Top Fuel's third qualifying session. They're back in the pits. The rest of the cars are heading to the staging lanes.